If you're a celebrity, all it takes is one video to destroy your career and public image. Well, here's some celebrities who did just that. Kalil, a model and influencer who's appeared in publications like Sports Illustrated, apologized after receiving backlash for posting a video of herself shortly after the Met Gala. In 2024, Kalil, aka Hailey Bailey on TikTok, posted a video to celebrate the Met Gala, dressed in a very elaborate gown and headdress. She used an audio clip from the 2006 film Marie Antoinette with the infamous "let them eat cake" line, with the quote being known for actually dismissing the plights of the lower class, and the Met Gala also coming under fire for its grand displays of wealth during, socio-political unrest and a cost of living crisis. The video was read as tone deaf. While Kalil apologized, the incident became the starting point for a celebrity blockout on social media. Users blocked her and other celebrities in an attempt to reduce the amount of money they earn on social platforms, though she says she didn't attend the gala herself. Kalil's TikTok video, which now has over about 21.6 million views and 3.6 million likes, has been shared and stitched by hundreds of users who have criticized Kalil for posting the video of her wearing such, a lavish gown near the pricey and star-studded Met Gala while protesters were literally right outside. Another user posted a video with over 4 million views saying Kalil's video might have unlocked the rage of millions of people. Michael Richards is next. He is an American actor and comedian best known for playing Kramer on the TV show Seinfeld. Found himself, though, at the center of drama and controversy back in 2006 when Richards was performing stand-up comedy at the Laugh Factory in West Hollywood, California. He basically went into a tirade, that had a lot of racist remarks and making derogatory comments, and a lot was targeted at the audience, most of whom were, heckling him and interrupting his set. Now, the incident, unfortunately for him, was actually captured on video by a member of the audience and quickly went viral, sparking widespread outrage and condemnation. Richards apologized for his behavior, stating that he was deeply, deeply sorry for his actions and that he had let his frustration get the better of him. This incident had significant repercussions for Richards' career, with many of his colleagues and peers publicly denouncing his behavior. Jerry Seinfeld, in particular, was very vocal in his criticism, stating that Richards' behavior was inexcusable and that he was sickened by the incident. The incident also sparked broader conversation about racism and comedy, with many arguing that Richards' behavior was not only unacceptable, but also highlighted the need for greater awareness and sensitivity around race and ethnicity. Nearly 2 decades later, Richards spoke with People magazine ahead of the release of his memoir, Entrances and Exits, and during the interview, he shared that he doesn't expect people to forgive and forget. That night, he said, "I was immediately sorry the moment I said it on stage. I'm not looking for a comeback." He continued to say, "My anger was all over the place and it came out hard and fast. Anger is quite a force. Rather than run from it, I dove into the deep end and tried to learn from it. It hasn't been easy." The former comedian told the outlet that he spent the years after the controversy in very deep analysis trying to figure out where all the anger was coming from, which he said was partly due to his own insecurities. He continued to say, "Somehow I couldn't connect to the joy of being an artist. I was comfortable being the character, not in being me." He added that fame magnified his insecurities, which led him to turn down several opportunities, and that he was never really satisfied with his performance in his hit sitcom, which ran from '89 to '98. However, he noted that he spent the past 17 years or so learning and healing, as well as confronting his childhood trauma, to which he also discussed in his memoir, among other topics. It's a good read. Next up is Ashlee Simpson Ross, singer and sister to Jessica Simpson. I'll be shocked if you've never heard of this, but Ashlee Simpson's lip-syncing debacle during her Saturday Night Live performance in October 2004 is absolutely infamous because she lost her voice due to an acid reflux flare-up. Now, the incident was captured on camera by the CBS News program 60 Minutes. Simpson performed her hit song Pieces of Me without incident. When she returned to perform her second song, Autobiography, the drummer pressed the wrong button, causing Pieces of Me to play again. Simpson was so caught off guard, looked around like in confusion, then to make matters hilarious, she briefly danced a little jig to cover up the mistake. It became the topic of conversation for literally everyone, and she hasn't been able to live it down. Fast forward to 2024, while appearing on the February 19th episode episode of the Broad Ideas with Rachel Bilson and Olivia Allen podcast, Simpson looked back on the moment and said she had been dealing with vocal issues prior to the performance. Simpson recalled starting to lose her voice and waking up the day of the show to discover that she just couldn't speak. She also said she went to a voice doctor and found out she had two nodules like beating against each other. While she said her ability to sing had been thrown into jeopardy, Simpson now looks back with a deeper understanding of the need to stand her ground by not performing. She said, "The other thing is, learning as a woman, when you say no, or as an artist or as a human or whatever, that day I said, I will not go on, I do not care, I can't speak. Meanwhile, I'm not saying this, I'm writing it down because I can't talk." She recalled saying, my band's never practiced this is not going to go well, I can't do this. And I think that moment of having to do something, but then I think looking back, I would go, the power of my no and the power of me saying absolutely not, that's what I would go back and say. She has been working at People since 2022 and seems to have moved on from her infamous, incident that basically ruined her reputation overnight. Last on my list, I have Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke's antics during his performance at the 2013 VMAs with Miley Cyrus led to his divorce and the album Paula, one of the creepiest albums ever made, by the way, which flopped ridiculously hard and destroyed what remnants of a reputation that he had left. And then he was actually sued by Marvin Gaye's estate shortly after. Yes, I am aware this isolated incident didn't solely cause the divorce, though she did feel utterly disrespected by the performance itself. At a VMA after party, he was actually pictured with a fan, and in a mirror reflection, he could be seen grabbing her rear end under her skirt. Now, he was blasted for this in the press. Paula was extremely embarrassed by his behavior, and this led them to split. Now, she later on filed for divorce. It was soon after that he released the album named after her. He did multiple performances of the lead single Get Her Back and asked the audience multiple times to basically help him get her back. Critics thought the album was creepy. For example, the song Living in New York City opens with a clip of her saying she's moving to NY, and the entire song is about how he's now living there to try to find her. The rest of the songs are mostly either about forgiving, infidelity or still fantasizing about her. To promote this album, he actually did a deal with 1-800-Flowers. For $350, you could buy a Get Her Back bouquet, which was 100 red roses that came with a download of the album. It only sold 24,000 copies total. Now, the song itself was criticized at the time for the questionable lyric, not as much as it would be in 2025, but its popularity was mostly because people liked the catchy beat. Pharrell wasn't associated with the spectacle that surrounded, this song, the Blurred Line one, so he actually didn't get much flack. Neither did T.I., who would later, be slammed for doing weird things with his teenage daughter. But to the general public, this was Robin Thicke's circus and his monkeys. That's all for now, but which one made you cringe the most? Let me know your thoughts. I'm your host, Ashlee. It's been great catching up.